guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and this is my May wrap up. In the month of May, I read a total of 10 books, which is amazing. I had an amazing reading month. 8 out of the 10 books I own. They were on my physical TBR, which is really awesome, and 2 of them I listened to via Scribed. And if you guys haven't checked out that app, you definitely need to. I think it's $8.99 a month. You can do a 1-month free trial. This is not sponsored, I wish. And they have a huge library of audiobooks. You don't physically buy the books, but you can listen to as many as you want in the month. It's unlimited, so it's amazing because they have like new releases on there. Not all of the audiobooks are going to be on there, but I think it's cool because with Audible you pay 15 bucks a month and you only get 1 credit. With this you pay $8.99 a month and you can listen to as many audiobooks as your heart desires. Again, shout out to Samantha over at Leanne's Lit. If you guys have not checked out her channel, please do so. She is amazing, and she turned me onto this, and I am forever thankful because, like I said, I read 10 books this month, and if it wasn't for that app, I probably wouldn't have read half as many. So this month I kept a bullet journal, and I kind of kept track of my reading stats because I'm a nerd like that, and the total number of pages read was 3,497 pages for the month, which is amazing. And then I did break it down. I listened to and read all of them except for 2. Like I said, the 2 that I did not own, I just got from the app, so I didn't have physical copies of the book. But the other 8 I read and then listened to when I couldn't physically read. So thank God for audiobooks. They are a lifesaver. Out of that 10, I read 1 historical fiction, 2 YA fantasy, 2 YA contemporaries, 2 paranormal, 2 adult contemporary, and 1 true crime. So I was a little bit all over the map this month, which is great. I love when I kind of read a little bit of everything. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to read. As far as my TBR goes, I only read 2 out of the 4 that were on my TBR. I probably would have read 3 out of the 4, but the book had to go back to the library, so I didn't get a chance to read it. Alright, so like I said, I have 10 books to talk about, and I've already been rambling for a long time, so let's just talk about what I read. The first book that I picked up in the month of May is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you guys haven't read this, yeah, it should, because it's fantastic. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Highly, highly recommend. I got this in my book of the month box forever ago. People have been raving about this book for a long time, and I finally decided to pick it up. It is a historical fiction. It follows, well, it's like historical fiction slash present day. It flips back and forth, but it follows Evelyn Hugo, who is this starlet, old Hollywood, and it's about her 7 husbands. So basically she hires this random reporter to do this piece on her. People have been trying to get her to talk about her life and her 7 husbands specifically for years and years, and she's very tight-lipped. So she hires this reporter to do this piece, and then the story just goes from there, and it just talks about her 7 husbands. I couldn't get enough of it. I did not want it to end. I actually stopped reading it for a little while because I was almost done, and I'm like, I don't want it to end. I love it so much. So I definitely will be rereading this again in the future. It's definitely going to make it on my favorites list this year, and I'm so happy that I finally picked it up. After that, I picked up Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I did pre-order this book because there was a lot of hype, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have. I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. I did a buddy read of this one with Julie from Pages and Pens and a bunch of other lovely people over on Twitter, which was really fun. I love buddy reads. And this book just fell a little flat for me. I feel like I read this ages ago. This is a YA fantasy. It's set in a Las Vegas type world, kind of like dystopian-ish, I guess. I don't know. I think it was trying to be like Six of Crows-esque, but it just felt extremely flat. It did not live up to it. I think it had a lot of potential. I enjoyed it enough, but I just needed a little bit more. This is the first in the series. I'm not sure if I will continue on. If I do, I will get the copy from the library. I will not be purchasing, but it's a beautiful book. I'm glad I read it. But it was just okay. And then I picked up To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. You guys know that I've already read this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely adored it. The show is becoming a series on Netflix. I think it comes out in August. So this is a YA contemporary. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. If you guys don't know, this follows Lara Jean, who is a high school aged girl who writes letters to boys that she's loved. And the letters accidentally get sent out, and it's just like the repercussions of that and her trying to navigate her high school life. It's super cute. I love it. I'm surprised that I love it because it is young adult and I am not a young adult, but I just can't get enough of her. She's so cute, and I listened to it on audio for the most part. 5 out of 5 stars. Loved it. So after that, I picked up P.S. I Still Love You, also by Jenny Han. This is the second book in the trilogy. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars as well. I loved it just as much as the first book, and I'm going to be really sad when the series is over just because I love these characters so much. I will say that the love interest in this one, and kind of in the first one as well, like he kind of grated on my nerves a little bit. He acts like he's like too cool for school, and Lara Jean's just like this like sweet little girl, like so naive and so innocent. And it does talk about slut shaming in here. It kind of starts in the first book and it goes, you know, they follow like quickly from one book to the next. So if you guys haven't picked it up and you're interested in a YA contemporary, I highly recommend. I really, really enjoy it. The next book that I picked up was The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. This is a witchy paranormal novel. I guess that's what you would call it. I don't know what you call witchy reads. Are they paranormal? I don't know, but that's what I'm calling it. And I adored it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This follows our main character Penny, who lives on an island, and there's like this tale of these 3 witches who were drowned by the town like centuries ago, and every year they come back to drown men and boys in the town. So it's called the Swan Season, and it was just so good. It was described as practical magic meets hocus pocus, and while I don't necessarily agree with that, I think it was good. I started this on a rainy weekend day, thunder, lightning. It was just so atmospheric, and I just really, really loved it. I didn't give it 5 stars only because the love interest in this kind of like got on my nerves a little bit, and I also feel like it wrapped up way too quickly and way too nicely. It was just like this woman was so convinced that this is what she was doing, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, fine, I'll do this instead, and then it was over, and I was like, what? Wait, what? So I feel like that could have been fleshed out a little bit more. I wish it would have been, but overall I really, really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to pick up whatever Shay Earnshaw comes up with next. The next book that I picked up was The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. This, I think, is her debut novel. This is a adult contemporary, and it's about this man and woman who meet in an elevator. He asks her to be his wedding date, and then shenanigans ensue from there. I really did enjoy it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The male character sometimes was just like kind of pompous, and like he annoyed me so much. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you know what you want. Why are you acting like that? My God. It was just very frustrating to read about, but overall I enjoyed it, and I would recommend. After that, I picked up The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and this is a hate to love trope adult contemporary. Loved it. I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars and highly recommend. I believe this is her debut novel, and I think she has another novel either coming out or is already out. I'm not sure, but I definitely will be picking it up. Like I said, it's a hate to love. I didn't give it 5 stars because sometimes the main female character in the book, she acted a little young for her age. I think she's supposed to be 28, and I don't know if it's just because she is young and naive and, like, you know, hasn't had many relationships or whatever, but she's supposed to be, you know, in this high-level position at a publishing house, and she just came off a little immature for me sometimes. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it, and highly recommend if you haven't already picked it up. I feel like everyone on BookTube who is interested in adult contemporary has already picked it up, but If you haven't, you should. And the final book from my TBR that I picked up was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is the first book in the Legendary, I think trilogy is what it's going to be. This is a reread for me. I reread it in anticipation for Legendary, which just came out. And I haven't read Legendary yet, which is blasphemy. I need to get on that real quick. I really did enjoy this the first time, and I enjoyed it again the second time. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I loved Tella and Scarlet. And their dynamic. I just really enjoyed it, and this leaves off on a pretty big cliffhanger, so I'm excited to see where the next novel takes us. I also listened to I'll Find You in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is a true crime novel which is all about the Golden State Killer, and it was fascinating. I wish I would have had the physical book because I've heard there's pictures in there, and I also feel like it would have been nice to like go back and like read some of the things that she was talking about, because some of it did like go over my head a little bit. But I did give this one 4 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. It was really good. Her husband, Patton Oswalt, did a little afterword at the back of the book, and it like broke my heart. And they just arrested who they believe is the Golden State Killer, so that is pretty awesome. It's sad that she didn't get to see that come to fruition, but she did write him a letter, which is at the very back of the book, and it is chilling. It was so good. So good. Highly recommend. If you like true crime, pick it up, because now I want to know everything there is to know about the Golden State Killer. I'm like obsessed. It's kind of a problem. And the last book that I listened to via Scribd, I don't know how to say it, is Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. So basically this is about a girl whose best friend dies, and she brings her back from the dead, and in the midst of that she brings back some other individuals, and it's all about them trying to get revenge on the people that killed them. I liked it, but I felt like the zombie aspect and like some of it was just kind of cartoonish to me and just kind of silly, which I guess it's not supposed to be too serious, but like it was just a little young. It read a little young for me sometimes. I don't know, there was just something about it. I kind of got bored in some of it. Like I felt like it was kind of slow. I felt like it had potential, but I think it could have definitely, I don't know what it was lacking, but it wasn't my favorite. So I did give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it enough, but it wasn't a 5-star read for me like I thought it would be, because so many people have loved it, and I'm sure I'll get some flack for not loving it, but I just didn't love it. So those are the 10 books that I read in the month of May. Let me know down below what you guys have read. If you've read any of those books, what you think about them, especially if you've read Undead Girl Gang. I just want to know what is appealing to everyone else, because I feel like I missed something. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Goodreads, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.